everybody, and welcome to 2016. Hope everybody had a very good new year. We have a lot of cool music coming out this year, and the first thing up for bids is Ashe's new album, Flux. Now, I've been following Sean for a very long time. I've been following him when he came out with his two singles, whenever he was thinking about coming out with an album, and it's really cool to see the culmination of everything that he's been working for. Now, his album is totally instrumental, and it's about a half hour of music or so, and it has a lot of cool stuff going on in it. Now, the first track on the album is Imagine. It starts off with some acoustic guitar, and it gradually builds up from there, and you get some really cool electric guitar work phrasing. That's all over this album, and it's very cool. Then in the middle of the song, you get some piano riffing, which is just the piano by itself, playing sort of a lot like what the guitar would play. I mean, it is showing playing it, so that does make sense. And then after that, you get this funky heavy breakdown with some bass action going on. So it's like each instrument is trading off their own little solo type thing. And then from there, the song has a lot of movement. It doesn't really get boring. It's a very good track to open up the album because it keeps you very interested, and it's a good overview of what you're going to find on the entire album. Next up is Memory Lane. It starts off with some acoustic guitar again, but it moves quickly into piano, and you get some bell action going on in the background. After that, it moves into some animals as leaders type section with some play between the synth and the guitar, which is really cool. And after that, we get a quick guitar solo with some wah pedal action. From there, the song comes down and ends gently. Next up is Floating Thread. Now, this one, it sounds a lot like Andy Timmons. If you don't know who Andy Timmons is, you need to look him up because he's a really awesome guitar player, and more people need to know about him. The song itself starts off really soft, and it goes into this big chorus, and it has a lot of tasty phrasing in it. It keeps this massive feel for the rest of the song, and it's really one of the more epic songs on the album. After that, we have Luminescence. Luminescence starts off with some panning action for the guitars left and right. The song gives off a very Guthrie Govan vibe from the very start of it. The chorus is very chill and low-key, kind of opposite of what you find in most songs, which makes a good contrast for the verse. Panning action comes back after the bridge of the song, which sets up a smooth ending for the chorus to kind of lead the song out. After Luminescence, you have the song Creature. Creature features Dennis Chang on the gypsy jazz guitar. The song starts off very energetic and lively. It's very upbeat, catches your attention right away. Then it has some, and then Dennis comes in and he plays his gypsy jazz guitar, and it sounds really cool because it's not. First of all, you don't really hear that in a lot of songs, and it's very different from everything else on the album, so it creates a great contrast. Then after that, Sean shows off his chops, and he plays some pretty hard stuff pretty fast in the song. This is actually one of my more favorite songs on the album. It's very energetic. You got a lot of cool stuff going on. It's a very interesting, cool song. After Creature, you have Hemisphere. Hemisphere starts off with the sounds of some motion going on, and the guitar kicks in. It has a very 80s type vibe to this entire song. You have the synths that sound like 80s. It encompasses the 80s vibe feel. Even the guitar tone is a lot different from the rest of the album I found on this particular song. You also get some synth action, like I said earlier. And then the song fades out very quickly. This is really the only issues I have with the entire album. Is right here, the song's going on, it's kicking and it's fading down, and all of a sudden it fades like super fast, and then you have the ocean sounds in the song. The fade didn't feel very gradual. It's really my only nitpick about the whole album is this particular point. The fade didn't exactly sound very natural. Then after Hemisphere, you have Meteor Eyes. The name of this song is cool, and the song itself is really cool. It's the longest song on the album. It starts off with some nice piano work, and you got some outdoor sounds, so you have a very slow build-up, and you have some nice play between the guitar and the piano. It has a very Pomegranate Tiger feel. If you don't know who that is, definitely check them out. Instrumental band, it's one guy, they're awesome. It has a nice little build-up, and it leads back down to where we came from with the piano and the guitar. The song itself is a lot more soulful than a lot of the other songs in the album. It kind of reminds me of how when Dream Theater does this very like Pink Floyd-esque, very soulful, big epic solo type of thing. That's what this song reminds me of. It actually has some. This is the only song on the album that has some background lyrics, and it's really hard to kind of make out what they're saying, but it sets the vibe of everything. It's really cool. And then the ending of it reminds me of Rush's 2112 because you have kind of like some dissonant guitar playing going on distant, not distant. I'm sorry. And you have the ocean sounds, and it gradually fades out. Abandon is the very last song on the album. It starts off with some nice guitar work, and then from there it gets very epic, kind of like the ending of Meteor Eyes. And once again, it has a very nice '80s feel to it. You got the piano riff in the background, screams of the '80s. It's the apex of the song, and it ends the album on a high note, literally. Overall, this album is really good for, like I said, being a half hour of music. It's very interesting. It has different transitions, which it has ebbs and flows. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But the transitions don't really feel jarring, and it keeps it interesting. It's one of the more interesting instrumental albums that have come out. Everything feels like it has a direction. It doesn't feel like a bunch of random stuff thrown together just to encompass an album. Overall, this album is really great. What did you think of it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. Once again, welcome to 2016. I'm Lucas. I'm out. Peace.